Chapter 32. Nico. 3 days? Nico wasn't sure he'd heard right the first dozen times. We couldn't move you, Raina said. I mean, literally, you couldn't be moved. You had almost no substance. If it wasn't for Coach Hedge...
No biggie,
the coach assured him.
One time in the middle of a playoff game, I had to splint a quarterback's leg with nothing more but tree branches and a sapling tape.
Despite his nonchalantness, the satyr had bags under his eyes. His cheeks were sunken. He looked almost as bad as Nico felt. Nico couldn't believe he'd been unconscious for so long. He recounted his weird dreams, the murmurings of Ella the harpy, the glimpse of Melly the cloud nymph, which worried the coach. But Nico felt as if these visions had lasted only seconds. According to Raina, it was the afternoon of July 30th. He'd been in a shadow coma for days. The Romans will attack Camp Half-Blood the day after tomorrow. Nico sipped more Gatorade, which was nice and cold, but without flavor. His taste buds seemed to have phased into the shadow world permanently. We have to hurry. I have to get ready. No. Raina pressed her hand against his forearm, making the bandages crinkle. Any more shadow travel would kill you. He gritted his teeth. If it kills me, it kills me. We have to get the statue to Camp Half-Blood.
Hey, kid, the coach said. I appreciate your dedication, but if you fuse Atlas all in the eternal darkness along with the Athena Parthenos, it's not going to help anybody. Bryce Lawrence was right about that.
At the mention of Bryce, Raina's metallic dogs picked up their ears and snarled. Raina stared at the careen of rocks, her eyes full of torment, as if more unwelcome spirits might emerge from the grave. Nico took a breath, getting a full nose of Hedge's fragrant home remedy. Raina, I didn't think what I did to Bryce. You destroyed him, Raina said. You turned him into a ghost. And, yes, it reminded me of what happened to my father. I didn't mean to scare you, Nico said bitterly. I didn't mean to poison another friendship. I'm sorry. Raina studied his face. Nico, I have to admit, the first day you were unconscious, I didn't know what to think or feel. What you did was hard to watch, hard to process. Coach Hedge chewed on a stick.
I gotta agree with the girl on this one, kid. Smashing somebody's head in with a baseball bat, that's one thing. But ghostifying that creep, that was some dark stuff.
Nico expected to feel angry, to shout at them for trying to judge him. That's what he normally did. But his anger would not materialize. He still felt plenty of rage towards Bryce Lawrence and Gaia and the Giants. He wanted to find the augur Octavian and strangle him with his chain belt, but he wasn't mad at Raina or the coach. Why did you bring me back? He asked. You knew I couldn't help you anymore. You should have found another way to keep going with the statue. But you wasted 3 days watching over me. Why?